Builders Transport was started by Charles Gay Sr. in 1962. Charles Gay located his new company in Camden, South Carolina. Hi, I'm Logan, the 64th Gear Jammer Skeele, and I'm back with another Fallen Flag and DCP internal release review. If you like trucking Fallen Flags, subscribe as I keep making more videos on them. Also, at the end of this video, watch my Fallen Flags playlist and grab my complete DCP by First Gear Fallen Flag Series checklist. Now, smash that like button and let's get on with Builders Transport. Trucking was not new to Charles Gay, as he had been in the trucking business before. In 1945, Gay had started his first trucking company with 1 tractor and 2 trailers. He named his first company the Gay Trucking Company. Gay's original company hauled other items, but mostly the company hauled cottonseed. When Charles started his new company, he hauled building products, hence the name Builders Transport. He quickly expanded the company into hauling other goods. Builders Transport made its reputation by hauling textiles, paper products, tires, metal, chemicals, and building products. Builders Transport soon grew into a huge company. In fact, Builders Transport soon became the second largest truckload carrier in the country. Builders Transport had at one time 3,500 tractors and a combination of 9,000 flatbed and van trailers. Deregulation had spelled the end for other marginal trucking companies, but not for Builders Transport. Builders Transport flourished. Evidently, the company had prepared for the deregulation and met it head on. It survived and thrived. By 1984, Builders Transport turned a $7.6 million profit on revenue of $102.4 million. This next year, the company had the honor of being named one of the top 100 little growth companies in America by Business Week magazine. Through the early 1980s, Builders Transport continued to be profitable, with the company reporting a net income of $5.4 million. And by 1987, the company operated 2,500 trucks and had 35 terminals, and in 1989, employed 3,800 people. A bright future still loomed for Builders Transport. However, the bright future began to dim for Builders Transport. All good things must come to an end. In 1985, Charles Gay sold Builders Transport to J Lines, Inc. of Dallas, Texas. Like so many other truck lines, once the founder sold out, the demise was started. Money, it makes the world go around, so they say. Builders Transport began reporting substantial financial losses in the late 1980s and early 1990s. In 1993, the company reported its first profit in over 5 years. But to do so, the company disposed of its unprofitable business ventures and unprofitable terminals. As part of its attempt to recover from financial distress, Builders Transport sold off their refrigerated business and closed several terminals. A good way to create a profitable business? I think not. However, this resulted in the company being able to report revenues of $250 million in 1994. Sadly, it was only a short-term band-aid, And something must have really gone wrong, because in 3 years, 1997, the company reported a $50.5 million loss on revenue of $288.1 million. By now, the company was nearing $116.5 million in debt. Despite attempts at reorganization, Builders Transport filed for bankruptcy in May of 1998. In July 1998, Schneider National announced its intent to purchase the company. The acquisition by Schneider saved 1,950 of Builders Transport's drivers from losing their jobs. Now, let's look at the DCP IH Transtar internal release by Schneider National to commemorate Builders Transport. And here we go, folks. This is the International CO 4070B Transtar II cab over engine tractor with a sleeper, and it's pulling the 40-foot vintage reefer van for Builders Transport. Really, really neat paint scheme. And it was made actually by Schneider to commemorate their owning Builders Transport when they bought it and then they shut it down. It has the typical Builders Transport striping down the side, the green, the yellow, and the green. Classic of Builders Transport, painted steel wheels with the yellow paint. That was really classic of them back in the day. Builders Transport with the BT logo up there. It also has Drive Safely written in the placard, and it's got white sides, silver stripe down below, and a silver top. Underneath, we have a spare tire that actually is painted in yellow, the right color for them. Really nice soft rubber tires, air brake canisters on the axles, the bars where the tandems would slide, but they don't really slide. This little loop here where the airlines would hang. It's too bad they didn't put airlines down the trailer. That would have been cool. Fuel tank for the reefer, and then typical screw down type landing gear. Also kingpin for DCP Advantage Diecast first gear trucks. On the back of the trailer, we have another Drive Safely tampo here. We got the Builders Transport logo spanning both doors. The cam locks and the hinges are tampoed in silver, as is the little check door. There's also a trailer number, 55007. Brake lights are tampoed, and then your bumper is painted in white. It's also just got plain black mud flaps, nothing tampoed on them. Inside, the typical reefer van trailer. It's got the walls that are the insulated white walls, and then the insulated floor in silver. Over on the passenger side, same graphics, same everything as the driver's side. Really, really good looking trailer. Up on the front corner here, it's got the trailer number on both corners. And then we've got the Thermo King painted in Builders Transport colors. Green for most of the box, and then the cooling radiator grill here area is painted in yellow. Thermo King written there, and the Thermo King logo. Battery boxes for the reefer and your airline hookups. Did a great job on these graphics. I'm so glad that Schneider decided to give their fallen flags, some of the companies that they bought over the years, a chance to have models made like this one. It was a really, really nice thing. They also did a pool truck line, and I think I'll do a review on it. So make sure you subscribe to my channel so you can get it in the future. And now let's talk about the tractor. The International Transtar II by DCP. It has the battery box and the step there. Step there is chrome. The door latches are in silver, as is the little vent window for the sleeper. Truck number of 7953 tampoed there. The brackets here, these are actually the grab bars so you can climb up inside. They are wire, and then they're bent around and put in place. Really nice. Chrome mirrors. Turn signal is a molded plastic piece, and then clear yellow Tamiya painted. Builders Transport graphics on the door. It's got the yellow wheels, which is correct. It has soft rubber tires on them, and then it has fuel tanks, twin round fuel tanks. Up here, we have air lines and electric lines for the trailer, and then also you got your chrome single exhaust stack and air intake over on the passenger side, which is the only configuration they ever made for the Transtar II. Been nice if they'd made us a twin stack, but they never did. Chrome diamond plate, chrome quarter fenders, and black mud flaps. Fifth wheel there is for their DCP trucks, and it does pivot. Also up on the top, chrome air horns, but the roof bullet style lights are just molded into the cab. They're painted over in silver with a little bit of orange on the front for the lenses. The back of the truck, we've got the brake lights tampoed red, and then just plain black mud flaps with a little bit of dirt on them. See, that's my dirt. It's not, didn't come that way. And then you got the yellow stripe that goes all the way around the green cab. Passenger side over here, same graphics as on the other side. And then it has Builders Transport, Savannah, Georgia on the door. It's got DOT numbers and all its information. Here's your air intake for the Transtar. It comes in there, goes into the filter, and then up into the engine. There's a step there, and there to get in. Boy, these tabs were not really thought of as how you get in them. But that was the American COEs. We really didn't. We built the trucks, and then we figured out, the drivers can figure out how to get in them on their own. Painted steel wheels, chrome fuel tank. Underneath, air brake canisters, drive shafts, differentials, positionable front end with the steering, but it's not true steering. And then it's got spring front suspension. Wow. What a fun ride this would have been. On the front, we have the chrome grill, which is actually a two-piece grill. This bottom piece here stays. These cabs tilt. But the original Transtar was probably the stiffest cab over he made with the wedges. Now, you can see the bottom piece of the grill stays and the upper piece tips with the cab. Interesting how International did that. Similar to Ford, but Ford kept this whole bottom piece around the cab. It stayed down too, but International did that. It has International written there. Little wire pieces for the grab bar so you can pull yourself up and wash your windows. Interior has a gray dashboard, gray high back seats, and it has a black steering wheel in there. Really, really cool. And then it kind of looks like there's a bed in the back in the sleeper. No individual jewel style headlights. They're just chrome pieces. And then so is the front bumper. Really, really nice. They also put a truck number right there on the front corner. And you can see how Builders kind of curved around with their graphics. Their yellow and green was really sharp. This is probably one of my favorite truck paint schemes that ever was. Tipping it up and you get a V8, a Detroit. You can see by the color it's blue. It's a V8 Detroit. So probably an 8V71 or 8V72 under the hood. Really, really nice. It's got the piping for the engine, and these old Detroits, they weren't turbocharged, they were supercharged. Goes right into the supercharger right there. Same thing, it would give the same boost and power and horsepower and airflow into the engine, but not quite the same method, and they didn't. A lot of guys liked them, a lot of guys didn't. Superchargers and turbochargers have the same result, but they do it a different way, and I don't know. I'm going with the superchargers were a good method, but turbochargers actually seem to last longer in the torque band. Now, two-stroke Detroits, they didn't have a long torque band anyway, so it probably didn't matter. Let's put this guy all hitched back up and look at him all together, because this is one of the better trucks in the older series. They made a world of these Transtar IIs, but not a whole lot of the companies ran them. So getting a company run of a internal on these Transtars is actually pretty cool. And this is the DCP, Diecast Promotions, 1/64 scale, International CO 4070B Transtar II, old cab over, pulling a 40-foot vintage reefer van for Builders Transport. This was an internal run made by Schneider back in the day to commemorate the fact that they bought Builders Transport. Builders Transport was started by Charles Gay Sr. in 1962. Within a short time, Builders Transport became the second largest whole truckload carrier in America, surviving deregulation and other pitfalls in the trucking industry. Builders Transport got into financial problems that they could not overcome. The company declared bankruptcy in 1998. The name Builders Transport and their famous green and yellow trucks disappeared from the annals of the trucking industry. Thanks for watching. Please go on and grab my free checklist on the DCP Fallen Flag Series trucks with the link down below. And don't forget to go on and like this video, share it with your followers, and subscribe to my channel for more videos on the history of trucking.